No one was gonna get in my way. I knew that's what I was gonna be. Everybody knew that's what I wanted to do, and everybody knew that was the crazy dream I had. The only thing I would want people to remember is, yo, Prince was a good guy. I'm gonna be a wrestler, you'll see.
I wanted to wrestle since I was young, really young. And I met some friends that had the same dreams as me and became this. Bigger, better than a mattress in my basement. It got huge.
I told all of you pieces of shit a long time ago, I'm not the next generation, I am the generation.
There was something about it. Wish I had that confidence. I wish I could be that. Like, these guys are stars, and I want to be a star. And I don't think I knew exactly that that's what it was when I was younger, but I think as I've got older, I've understood more why I loved wrestling so much.
Oh! What the fuck? What? What? Oh my God! Turn around. Oh! Yeah!
I was huge into backyard wrestling, so I grew up with a wrestling ring in my backyard. Me and my crazy friends bought one when I was probably 12, 13 years old from a wrestling trainer in Windsor. The reactions I got from friends and family growing up were always like, oh my God, Mike loves wrestling too much, or Mike's got a crazy dream. I don't think there's ever been a time where I wasn't a wrestler. I think professionally, it's been since 2012. But I would love to say that I've been a wrestler my whole life. When you go to wrestling school, it's work. It's bumps, it's bruises. I also came from an era of wrestling where it was okay to get hazed a little bit. It was okay to get beat up. It was okay to get roughed up. Not that I regret that stuff, because it kind of made me who I am today. That's how it felt going to the wrestling school I went to. It was, you were either tough or you were out. I remember leaving that wrestling school beat up and banged up, telling my mom, telling my girlfriend, I'm never coming back to this damn place. Like, I hate this. Like, they're beating me up, they're beating me down. I hate wrestling now, you know? And then I see videos now, and I would give anything to go back to those days of sweating and training and beating the hell out of myself and learning and stuff like that. A lot of people think we just roll up to the venue and you know, we throw on our fancy underpants and run out there and beat each other up. But start to finish, a day of a wrestling show can be pretty intense, depending on where you're at on the show.
From Windsor, Ontario, weighing at 182 pounds, representing Destroy, he's your Destiny World Wrestling Champion, Death Witness!
I'm the Destiny champion, which is a very special, very special thing to me because I started at Destiny Wrestling hanging out as a fan, taking pictures in the crowd. And then I've worked for them for probably about 8 years. So George Iceman, who was the promoter for Destiny, really saw something in me and really believed in me. And fast forward to now, I just recently won the World Heavyweight title, which is insane to me, and it's still surreal, and it still chokes me up because it was a very important win for me, and it was very special. You evolve and you get into these better promotions, Destiny Wrestling, Border City Wrestling, and now I work for Impact Wrestling. Even when I sit there and I watch myself on TV, it blows my mind because I think Aiden Prince is everything Mike Lopaz wants to be. And to this day I am an independent wrestler. Even though I'm under contract with Impact, I am an independent wrestler. So I did a pay-per-view for Impact, and a friend of mine works at a bar and they played it on the TV. And she called me right away, like ecstatic that she got to watch me on TV. So the reactions over the years were, this kid's nuts, but I knew you were going to do it. I knew you were going to do it. So it's really cool. It's a really cool feeling.
Thank you. Thank you. I need more matches like that, I really appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. That means a lot. Thank you, man. Genuinely appreciate it, man. God bless you.
Man, any feedback at all?
Otherwise, it's flying home. So, yeah.
Everyone else, they don't come in as hard.
Yeah.
Like that's all
Yeah.
fucking silly.
And that way, I'm not taking it out. It's not dangerous.
No, it's okay. I made sure because I'm like, I tried to pull you on top.
Right. Good.
Right afterwards, just to make sure.
Yeah, perfect.
I just love your reaction. You good as fuck. What about you? I pull you on top and squid. You good?
Yeah, you good. Yeah, that was good.
To a lot of people, they see me wrestling all over the world. They saw me in cool photos, and they see the social media side of Aiden Prince, right? But they don't see the Mike Lopaz. They don't see me and my girlfriend's financial struggles. They don't see that, we've been together 10 years with no plan of getting married or having kids. They don't see that stuff. So before the pandemic, I was in this situation in my life where it was like, hey, we're not getting any younger. Are you just gonna do this wrestling thing forever? Or are we gonna have a family? Are we gonna, be able to buy a house? It's almost cute that you're living your dream, but what's next? And that really hit me hard because it was like, shit, she's right, and as much as I love this, what's next for me? I signed about a year ago, and I've only had a handful of matches on TV, but I'm at these loops and I'm at these shows, and I'm sitting in the back, I'm sitting in the production meeting, and they hand me this sheet of paper and I skim through it to see if I'm on the show, and there's times I've drove 13, 14 hours and I'm not on the show. So that does something to your mind, and that's just me being brutally honest. It hurts when you're not on the show. It hurts when you're not being used. And it really lit this fire under me that I'm at this level, but I'm good enough to be at this level, and I'm good enough to make the money that those guys make. So it became less of I'm just happy doing this. It's what's next for me, which starts to make you go a little crazy in your head because you're like, okay, am I good enough? Why doesn't this person see it in me? Why am I not at the next level? So there's a certain level of bitterness. It's funny because you transition from backyard wrestling to pro wrestling, there's this element of pressure. Then you transition from independent wrestling to TV wrestling, and it's like that pressure's all over again. But, I try to give myself the same advice that I did when I was younger, that I would give my former self, and it's, just trust in the process, just keep wrestling, keep training hard, don't change what I'm doing because it's worked over the years. you know, and I know that I love this enough, and I know that I belong here. So I know that that will pay off. I look for that certain kid that I can reach to for energy, for help, and probably make his day, but he doesn't even realize he's making mine just as much. I just want to keep wrestling. So when people ask me, you know, where do you see yourself in 5 years? This can be taken from you at any second. At the end of the day, I got to check myself and remind myself, like, just keep wrestling. I just want to be a wrestler. And that's all it was when I was a kid, and that's all it needs to be now, is just keep wrestling.